welcome to the class of C++. In the last class we have discussed a simple class, declaration of class, role of a specifier, inheritance, types of inheritance, different forms of inheritance, derived and base class. And in the class of today we will cover page number 33 till 39 and we will discuss polymorphism, abstract base classes, void values, exceptions, implicit conversion, explicit conversion, preprocessor directives, structure, specifying the structure, assessing the structure members, array and assessing the array elements. So students, open your books at the page number 33. First topic we are having polymorphism. Polymorphism is the ability to use an operator or function in different ways. Students, here I want to make you clear. Polymorphism gives different meanings or functions to an operator or a function. Poly refers to too many, signifies that many uses of these operators and function. Now let us come to the example. In this example, 6 plus 10. This plus operator is doing the addition of two integer values. And in my second example, 15.5 and 4.4, this same plus symbol is doing the addition of two floating values. And in my third example, computer plus class, this same plus operator is used to concatenate my two string values. Means the operator is same but working in the different ways. And this concept of the operators that functioning for more than one different works, that is known as operator overloading. Means here this is doing the addition of integer values, here plus symbol is doing the addition of the two floating values, and the same plus symbol is concatenating two string values. Means this concept is known as operator overloading. Overloading means that one same operator is doing the work more than one time. The concept of overloading is also the branch of polymorphism. When an existing operator or functions operates on the new data types, it is known as overloaded. And this features of the polymorphism leads to the concept of virtual methods. And for the virtual methods, we are having virtual members. Now, what are virtual members? Members of the class that can be redefined. Means the members of the main class redefined in its derived classes is known as virtual members. To make it more clear, come to the example. In this example, we have created a class polygon. Here we have taken the specifier protected and we have taken the data members width and height. Second specifier public, we have created the function value with the two arguments a and b, and value of a will be assigned to the same members of the main class width, and value of b will be assigned to the same member of the data member of the class polygon. And here I have created a virtual method, means a virtual function of the int, and here I have created a class, derived class, that is rectangle class from the main class polygon. And in the return I have used width into height, means the same data members of the main class are used in the derived class rectangles. So this is known as virtual members from the definition. Topic we are having the topic that is abstract class. What is abstract class? From the above example we have taken in the polygon class, the only difference is that in our previous example we have defined the area function, means this function area over here, and with the minimal functionality of the object that were in the class polygon, means we have done the minimal functionality of this area function. Now, whereas in the abstract classes, base classes, we could leave that area function for the member function without implementation at all. This is done by appending to 0. Here, see, I have taken the virtual area appending with 0 to the function declaration. This is known as abstract base classes, and here I have appended it with 0 in the same one, that is known as abstract class. Now, next topic we are having, that is exceptions. What are exceptions? Exceptions provide the way to react to the exceptional circumstances, means when there is an error occurring or the exceptional circumstances are occurring in our program by transferring control to the special function called handlers. These handlers are known as exceptional handlers. Now, we will make it more clear with the help of this example. In this example, we see that to catch the exception, we want that the exception should catch, we must place the piece of code under the exception inspection. This is done by enclosing that portion of the code in this try block. I have this try block. I will write my exception inspection in the try block, and when the exception circumstances arises within that block, that exception is thrown to the transfer the control to the exception handler. That will throw the value with the throw keyword, and it will go to this catch block that is known as exception handler. If no exception will be thrown, means if no exception will be thrown, then the code continues normally and all handlers are ignored. But an exception is thrown by using the throw keyword. This throw keyword is used to throw the exception from inside the try block. This is inside the try block, and exceptional handlers are declared with the keyword catch. Here I have used the catch keyword for the exceptional handler, which must be placed immediately after the try block. After the try block, I have used this exceptional handler int e with the catch keyword, and in this code under the exceptional handler is enclosed in this try block. And in this example, we have thrown the exception that accept one parameter. One parameter is there of the integer value 20, which is passed as argument to the exceptional handlers. The exceptional handlers is declared with the catch keyword. As you see, it follows immediately the closing braces of the try block. The catch format is similar to the regular function that always has at least one parameter. The type of this parameter is very important, since the type of the argument passed by the throw expression is checked against it, and only in the case they match, the exception is caught over here. From the try, we throw the exception, and when the exception occurs, it go to the catch block, and it is the event handler, that exceptional handler, that catch the exception and solve the problem in the different circumstances. Clear, students, the exceptional handlers? Topic we are having typecasting. What is typecasting? Typecasting, converting an expression of the given type into another type, is known as typecasting. means in the expression when one data type is converted into another, that is known as typecasting. And we are having different types of typecasting. First is implicit typecasting. What is implicit typecasting? It is automatically performed when a value is copied to the compatible type. Means in this, user interference is not required. The compiler automatically performs this type of implicit typecasting when the value is copied to the compatible type. To make it more clear, see the example. Here I have taken int a is equal to 10, means this is integer type a value with the 10, and second variable I have taken float b, means the type of float, data type of the float is b. Now in the next line I have written b is equal to a. Now notice that the data type of b was float and the data type of a was int, and now I transfer the value of a into b. It will automatically change the value of int a into float, means this will automatically be converted, data type of a will be converted into float automatically by the compiler. This is known as implicit type conversion. Now next type of the conversion we are having, that is explicit type conversion or the explicit type casting. What is this? When the user forcefully do the conversions of one data type into another. In the implicit, no need of the users to convert one data type to another. It is done automatically. But when the user required and forcefully changes the data type from one data type to another, that is known as explicit type conversion. Now see the example. Here the data type of a variable is float because the value or the constant is float. Second, we are having variable b with the int data type. Now b is of int type and in front of a we have written in the brackets int, means that we have changed the data type of a which was earlier float forcefully. Now the user change it into int. That is known as explicit type conversion. With the round bracket when we are writing the new data type, that is known as explicit type conversion. Next topic we are having preprocessor directive. What are preprocessor directive? Preprocessor directives are the lines included in the code of our program that are not program statements but directives for the preprocessors. These lines are always preceded with the hash sign. In this example, I have taken hash sign. The preprocessor is executed before the actual compilation of the code. Wherever we have written the code, before that, this preprocessor directives are compiled at the beginning, and therefore the preprocessor digests all these directives before any code is generated by the statement. And when the preprocessor encounters this directive, it replaces any occurrence of the identifiers in the rest of the code by replacement. Here I have done the replacement with the table 1 and table 2 of the table size 100. This replacement can be an expression or a statement or a block or simply anything. The preprocessor does not understand C++. It simply replaces any occurrence of the identifiers by the replacements. Here I have taken the hash symbol with the preprocessor directive with the table size 100. After that I have taken this table size in table 1, and after that I have used the same preprocessor directive in the table 2. Now next topic we are having structures. What are structures? Structure is a collection of simple variables. These variables inner structures can be of different types of int, float, char and so on, and the data items in the structures are called the members of the structures. Now, to make it more clear the concept of structure, let us do the practical of the one program used with the structure. We'll open C++. Start Turbo C++ and I will delete this piece of code. We will write void main, curly bracket start, clear screen, and after the clear screen we will create a structure with the keyword struct, struct, struct. Let's suppose I take the name of the structure as part, and I'll start the curly braces and I will take its data members like int car, int part and float cost, and I will close this structure. Till this I have created the part as a structure and I have created its data member, that is known as specifying the structure. This part is known as that I have specifying the structure. Structure specifiers tells how the structure is set in the proper manner. Now after that we will put this semicolon. Semicolon follows the enclosing brace and terminate the entire structure. After that we will define the structure variables and we will take that how to assess the structure variables. I will take part is the name of my structure, and I will take part 1, that it defines a variable and of the type structure part. It refers the space of the memory for the part 1, and I am going to assess the structure members which I have created the member car, part and cost. Now I am going to assess the structure member. How to assess the structure member? We will take part 1. Dot operator is used to assess the structure members, and my structure member was car, and I will type, let's suppose 23 or 46 like that value. Then part 1 dot next member was part and value, any value I will fill. After that part 1 dot cost is equal to any decimal value because the value was float. Now this is the assessing the structure member. This is declaring, specifying the structure members, and this part is known as assessing the structure members with the help of this dot operator. Now next we want to print the values. We will use cout, we will use the /n, and we will take part 1 dot car cout part 1 dot part second member cout part 1 dot cost. We have taken the data members, semicolon. Now after that we will do the get ch, and curly brace of the void main will close. Now we will run our program. See, when we will run our program, we get the result of the structure variables from the structure. Now see what I have done. In this program, I have created a structure with the name part and its data members, that is known as specifying the structure. After that, we have defined the structure variable with the part 1, and after that we have assessed the structure members car, part and cost with the help of this dot operator, and we have done the printing of this structure members. Now next topic we are having array. What are array? Arrays are like structures. In that way, both group the number of items into the larger units. Means when we want that the values should be input more than one in a single variable, that are known as arrays, to group the similar type of objects. Now let us do the program of the array so that I can make you clear the topic of array. Now for the array, let's suppose I want to do the program of input 5 numbers or the 6 numbers and print them. Means the user will fill any 5 numbers and we will get the print of them. For that you have to declare the 5 variables? No, I will declare only one variable with the help of array that will store my 5 values, and after that we will print it. Now how to do? We will write int. Let's suppose I will take num as variable, square bracket 5. Means this num variable can store the 5 integer values. This 5 is the size of this array. Square brackets are used for the array, and this variable is of int type, and this will store 5 values. And I want to write cout message. I want to write enter any 5 numbers and semicolon. The user will fill the value one by one. We want to fill the value. For that I will use one for loop. Int any variable j is equal to 0. Why from 0? Because my array address starts from 0, not from 1. Array address starts from 0 and I want that it should go till 5. 0 till 5. That's why j less than 5 and j plus plus. This loop I am using to input the value by the user, and I will use this bracket, and I want that the user will fill the value. That's why I will use c in num square bracket j. Means the values are stored in num and j is the variable I have taken to fill the values, and the user will fill the values in j, num j. Now when the user will fill the value, till this the user will fill the values one by one. Now after that I want its printing. I want the result, the same value should be printed. For that we will take for loop, and we will take int j is equal to 0. Means whatever the value is stored at the address 0, that will print, and j less than 5 means till 5 it will print j plus plus. Now we want the printing, that's why we will use this cout, and we will write /n to print the values, and we will print num j semicolon get ch and curly bracket close of the for loop, and for the main method. Now see that I have taken num5 means my 5 values will be stored in this num variable. I want that the user will store the values one by one. That's why I have written the message enter any 5 numbers, and for that I have taken int j0 because the address of the array starts from 0 and I want the values should go till 5. Less than 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 numbers will be entered. J++, it will increase the value one by one, and with the cn num_j, firstly it will give the address of the j to 0. In the j0, first number will store, value increment, that will become j1, second value will be stored, then j2, third value will be stored, j4, fourth value will be stored, and j5, fifth value will be stored. After that we want to print, then again we have used one more for loop. In this I have taken the cout num_j, means whatever value is stored at the address num_j0, that will be printed. Then again the increment, second value at the address j1 which was stored, that will be printed. Then again increment, third value will be printed, fourth, and so on. Now see how to do it. When we will run our program, first message will come, first for loop is working, and enter any 5 numbers. I will write 3, 6, 7, 2 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 values means my first loop is completed. First value is printed with the cout and the second for loop. Second value by pressing the enter key. Third value is printed. Then fourth and fifth. When I press the enter key, it comes back. That is a work of array. And with the num and array, I have stored 5 values in one variable, and with this I have done the input of the array elements, and with the cout and for loop and with the help of addresses I have assessing the array elements. So students, in the class of today we people have discussed different topics of polymorphism, abstract base classes, void values, exceptions, different types of conversions, preprocessor directives, structures, specifying the structures, assessing the structure members, and we have discussed the programming of array and how to assess the array elements. Hope you understood the class of today. Do the different types of programs with the help of school links. Thank you so much.